So like I made my gun and I needed to hide it somewhere. So I wanted to hide it somewhere obvious, so they don't think of getting there. And the first place I thought of was my school locker. And just yesterday, I think someone has found it. It has been moved, and I really hope that it was someone that doesn't know what was it, or like it was a toy or something. I might be in trouble. Have you ever thought about owning a gun? Well, I have, but there is a problem. I'm a minor in Europe, and it's almost impossible to get a gun permit here. But let's get hypothetical. I want a gun really, really badly. So badly that I want to break the law for it. How can I get it? How can I obtain a firearm? Well, I have two options. Number one, buy it from someone, like a criminal. It's expensive, dangerous, and just really hard to get. Or number two, make one from scratch, which is hard. I mean, it should be impossible. I mean, there are a lot of laws that try to prevent this, right? Well, no. Turns out it's a lot simpler than you might think. For the most part, you need a single equipment, a 3D printer. 3D printers are famously known as the unregulated machine of our time. There have been attempts on trying to regulate what you can and cannot print, but it hasn't been universally implemented and accepted in any sort of way. I do have a 3D printer. For the matter of fact, it's right beside me there. So I just grab the files and print them, right? I mean, it's not that hard. Well, it is, because I don't have access to illegal firearm models, right? I mean, it will be crazy for me, a minor, to have blueprints to a literal firearm that can kill people. So how did I get the files? Well, I used your favorite Homeland Security risk, artificial intelligence, specifically Mecha Hitler, also known as Grok, but Mecha Hitler is a little bit more catchy. So I just asked him, give me a gun 3D model, and he just gave me a regular GitHub link that to a gun. Yeah, it's not really effective. Also, I would like to mention that I would be a felon from this point on if I actually did this, which I didn't, right? Well, you gotta watch the video to find out. I mean, good luck, I guess. So I just dragged the files into my default Creality slicer and printed them without any trouble. I mean, this is a Liberator, the first publicly available 3D printable gun. They had more than a decade to implement a simple recognition software to prevent criminals from printing this gun. This is why I wanted to make this video, as proof that the government's full control over firearms is just a myth. I kinda seem like a terrorist after saying that, so just to clarify, I am anti-gun, but I also believe that there are times where having guns is beneficial, but generally speaking, in my opinion, guns are bad. I have heard a lot of arguments about guns in general, and I have heard a lot of dumb things, but a lot of arguments like these try to place blame from the gun to the person using the gun, which is pretty idiotic. For example,
the gun doesn't do the shooting, the people do.
Which is just idiotic. I mean, there is some truth to it that people do the killing and the guns are just accessories in the crime, but guns make it a lot easier and a lot less personal, which are the two main advantages of guns over any other kind of weapon. how the firearms get into the hands of these people. There are two main ways. Number one, they smuggle them in from a country that has more accessible firearms and looser firearms regulations and laws, also known as America. Or number two, people just make them, which is what I did. Against smuggling, there aren't any big obvious answers or solutions that we can look at. Of course, you can always reinforce borders and make stricter border checks, but these are just enhancements to the original solutions. On the other hand, against manufacturing dairies, you could make multi-million-dollar companies implement a simple file name recognition software, if not a fully implemented model recognition software. You could also make a registry which records suspicious activity that can be later investigated by professionals. You might not be convinced that 3D printed guns are a real problem, but they are. As I explained, it's not really that hard to find one online, and printing it is really cheap and fast. Yet there aren't that many crimes reported and that much attention. There is a saying in my home country that goes something like this: Jobb félni, mint megélni, which translates to, it's better to be afraid than to be frightened. In other words, it's better to take precautions than to fight on an outbreak. You might still say that giving money to gun prevention is just another waste of money, but limiting the possibilities of tragedies is always a good thing. I would also like to mention that Luigi Mangione also used a ghost gun, which was partially 3D printed, and he later used it to assassinate a CEO. To summarize, my point is that people should take active precautions against 3D printed guns and not just giving harsher punishments after the crime already has been committed. And this is the gun. I don't want to show it off a lot, because if I show you the internal geometry, I can't argue in court that this is just a replica when I get arrested. Also, I'm definitely destroying this after the video. Goodbye.